What else do we have here?
Welcome to the Now, I'm Ashley.
I'm Brian.
I must say, the gameplay demo from Cyberpunk 2077 was the talk of the video game world yesterday when it released by surprise. That was actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, we're not gonna lie, we probably watched it dozens of times. I know I have personally.
Well, we haven't actually had time to watch it dozens of times. There's only, it's
24 hours.
It's 48 minutes, you know, there's only so many times you can watch it.
Combined.
I watched it a couple times
Several
at least
times.
though, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Dozens of times. I'll add it up.
Figuratively speaking. But we noticed a few odds and ends that you might have missed in the trailer, so we thought we'd do a video breaking down some of those tidbits that we found kind of interesting.
Also, if we miss any that you spotted, we absolutely want to know about them in the comments, because I don't know, we're getting real nerdy about this stuff.
Yeah, this is the best part. I love nerding out over trailers.
It's fun. Okay, so let's start off. Towards the beginning of the demo, you and your friend Jackie are hired to help find a missing girl. You find her real naked and barely alive in a bathtub full of ice. To revive her, you shout to Jackie to give you an air hypo.
And then, of course, you stab her in the chest with it, bring her back to life. She's like, that's pretty clear reference to a similar scene in Pulp Fiction, where you might remember that John Travolta's character does the same thing to an overdosing gangster's wife, played by Uma Thurman. She comes back to life. It was very intense, very scary.
It's all very dramatic.
Yes.
And this seems like a pretty nice nod.
That was fucking trippy.
And then speaking of movie references, a little further into the trailer, you go and visit a Ripper Doc clinic, which is the place where you go to upgrade your character, get new abilities, get some sweet new cyberware. In this scene, once you enter the clinic, a character named Misty tells you that Dr. Vector will see you now. And here's the thing, she looks really similar to the character Pris Stratton in Blade Runner, who is played by Daryl Hannah.
To be fair, this one could be a bit of a stretch, although the hair, she's got a choker.
It is really close.
That could just be a common cyberpunk look, but given the number of other references and nods sprinkled throughout this just 48-minute demo, we're not ruling out an intentional salute, especially given Blade Runner's importance to the cyberpunk genre. It made it. And this has huge Blade Runner influences in it.
Well, and since we're already talking about references, there is another we noticed. It's in the Ripper Doc clinic as well, as you're talking to Dr. Victor Vector.
Great
and you're preparing to get some sweet new cyberware, which will update your capabilities and even your in-game displays, which is pretty awesome. You can see a poster on his desk that reads, No Life 3. Seems like maybe a little bit of a jab at the famous never-released Half-Life 3 that looks like that's not gonna be changed by 2077. RIP, it's canon now.
They should have underneath, still not out.
Nope, never.
As for combat, it looks pretty clear from the demo that there will be some level of destructible environments. We've heard a bit about this in the past, but seeing it in action really drives home how important this gameplay mechanic may be to the cyberpunk experience. In the opening mission of the demo, your character V, your buddy Jackie, you guys are in a gunfight with some scavengers. Now at one point, Jackie yells at you to blast the wall, and eventually a big hole opens up in that wall and you guys shoot it out with the bad guys. Obviously, this won't work on all walls or with all caliber of weapons, so you may need to shoot at your enemies on occasion.
What? What is
imagine
this, the
that.
past?
It could be an ammo thing where like only certain ammos can go through walls, but paying attention to your environment may net you some extra stylish combat capabilities.
Yeah, and this, okay, so this may be a pointless observation, but you know what? Hey, we're noticing things over here, and this got noticed.
This is our video.
In that same fight, Jackie yells at you to take cover, which you do behind a table or desk, and hey, it's got some paper stuck to it. One of those papers is an upside down note that reads, "Friends will help you ease the pain, but at the end of the day, you have all the control of your life." So, just there to depress you a little bit. Look, never a bad time to remind you that friends are important, I guess.
Yeah, but what if I want somebody else to blame? What then?
Yeah, well then you're out of luck, I guess, because according to that paper, it's all you.
It's all on you.
Now this one may be a little bit more of a amusing observation.
I love this one.
Now, towards the end of the demo, so you're shooting your way out of the Maelstrom gang's lair, time slows down, and so you use your shotgun to blast this dude in the legs, and he yells, "Jesus Christ!" Then you blow his head off. But here's the thing, you blew his head off, he's still not done yelling.
Oh, no.
As his headless body crumples to the ground, he does manage to yell out, "My legs!"
Except it's in slow motion, he goes, "My legs!" Because anything is possible in video games, even yelling without a head.
Jesus Christ! My legs!
Yeah, I gotta say, I think you have bigger things to worry about than your legs at this point.
Yes.
Just Just an observation.
Another observation, the game is already getting a ton of love from fans, rightfully so, for its open world that shows off a ton of diverse characters. But if you look closely at a scene where V is about to walk through a crosswalk, you can see one character kind of walking past another, and both look pretty identical to each other. They have a double character there.
Could be a glitch, could be, I don't know, twins. Could be placeholder assets. I would honestly put my money on the placeholder assets. After all, they do repeatedly tell us through the demo this is a work in progress. It's right there, not final, as during the entire demo. But you know what? We're picking apart details here, and that's a detail that we caught.
It's fun. The open world still, though, it looks amazing. So we had to look really hard to find a repeat character.
Now, but before we went into the open world, we also saw the inside of V's apartment. Now, as she walks into her gun closet, we see a poster with the flaming skull logo that says Samurai. Not sure what it means, not sure what a reference it is exactly, but underneath it says 31st May, New Orleans. Kind of looks like, I don't know, a concert poster, maybe an event of some kind?
But then a few seconds later, V is putting on her jacket, and we can see on the back, it's got an identical logo, and the back of her jacket collar also reads Samurai, so some sort of connection there. This, by the way, is the same icon shown in the trailer we got at E3.
Right on the character's jacket there.
Right, given its prominence, we assume it has some greater significance, other than just to be really cool, which it was.
Maybe he used to be in a band.
Oh, that would be awesome. The flaming skulls. No, Samurai.
Yeah, just for research purposes though, we did find a restaurant in New Orleans called Samurai Sushi. Unfortunately, looks like it's closed. And, well, now we're hungry. Truly, to lose is to suffer for the greater good.
Maybe they'll open up again by 2077.
Maybe, yeah, maybe that's in the business plan.
We went deep down that rabbit hole of Samurai. I don't know what we came up with.
I really want to get sushi after this.
Good. Me too.
Now, walls aren't the only obstacles that may not exactly be obstacles. Hey, you remember the movie Wanted that had Angelina Jolie teaching a young Professor Xavier how to curve bullets? That was back in 2008, but by 2077, looks like they perfected that little technology, and you'll be bending it like Beckham, except like real fast, like bullet fast. This is the first time we're seeing the game's bending bullets in action publicly as they curve around the obstacles between you and the bad guys.
And unlike soccer, if they fall to the ground screaming, it's probably because they're really hurt.
Probably.
But just remember, it's only fair when you can do it. If your enemies can do it, it's cheating.
Obviously.
Yes, of course.
And we also noticed at the end of the video, there is a hidden message from developer CD Projekt Red. If you blink, you're gonna miss it. It is literally one frame of the video. But of course, the internet got a screen grab and transcribed it. We found it as well. It's really long, but it apologizes for having kept us waiting so long to get public gameplay since this demo has existed since at least E3 in June.
In addition to apologizing for the wait, it asked, did you like what you saw? Because for us, the fact that we're finally showing you Cyberpunk 2077 is huge. Please go to our forums, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and do tell what you think.
Yes, do. The developers went on to say that lots can change between now and the game's release. Whenever that is, we still don't have even a release window officially, but hey, they wanted to show us how far they've got.
Apparently the reason we're even getting this demo is because they got such a positive response after they showed it off at E3 and Gamescom to kind of closed door private things to industry people only. But we had some people here, Adam Ellis saw it, he loved it.
We've been jealous of him for months and now we don't have to be anymore.
And apparently this good reaction gave them the confidence that they needed to just go ahead and show it to the rest of us. And they stressed, this isn't, things could change, this isn't the final thing.
I mean, things will change, absolutely.
Right. But they, you know, they seemed comfortable enough given that good feedback to show it to the rest of us, which, thank you.
Yeah, and then they added, we sincerely hope you liked it. Again, thank you for your patience and all the thoughts you shared with us.
You're so nice.
It's nice, it's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to see it finally.
Me too, it looks awesome. I can't wait. Even if it's 3 years away, I'll still be stoked. Yes, no choice.
All right, so those are the things we picked out from the trailer. What did you notice that we did not? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your Cyberpunk 2077 news, be sure to like this video. If you're new around here, subscribe to the Know.
We can all frame by frame this stuff together.
Jesus Christ! My leg!